You look at your calendar, and it's happened. The holidays have arrived, and your schedule looks like a glitter bomb of obligations just exploded. But instead of feeling festive, you just feel tired. The thought of juggling parties, your cousin's weird new boyfriend, and Aunt Carol's yearly interrogation about your life choices makes you want to crawl into a blanket burrito and not come out until January. If you feel this way, you are so not alone. That pre-holiday dread is incredibly common. A 2023 poll from the American Psychological Association found that for nearly 9 in 10 U.S. adults, things like money worries and family drama cause them stress during the holidays. The pressure to be merry and bright 24/7 is enough to drain anyone's battery. But what if there was one simple habit that could quiet the chaos and let you actually enjoy this time of year? What if you could protect your peace without the guilt trip and end the year feeling rested instead of resentful? Well, there is, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how to use it, starting today. So, what is this magic habit? It's setting clear, compassionate boundaries. Now I know, for some of you, the word boundaries sounds harsh, like you're building a giant wall around yourself. I want you to reframe that. A boundary isn't a wall. It's more like a velvet rope at an exclusive club, where your well-being is the VIP. You're the bouncer, deciding who and what gets in. It isn't about saying no to other people. It's about saying yes to your own sanity, so you can actually show up as a fun person and not a walking ball of stress. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you spend the whole holiday season running on fumes, saying yes to everything, enduring awkward conversations, and stretching your budget thinner than cheap wrapping paper, you'll be completely depleted. Boundaries are the biggest difference between people who just survive the holidays and those who actually thrive. So, how do we do it? It all starts with a little prep work. You can't enforce your velvet rope policy if you don't know what the rules are. So, the first step is getting clear on what you actually need this year before you're already overwhelmed. Let's look at the 4 main types of boundaries. First, time boundaries. Your energy is like a phone battery. Every event, every social obligation drains it. A time boundary is deciding how much battery you're willing to use before you need to recharge. This could be deciding to only go to one party per weekend, or having a firm, I turn into a pumpkin at 10 p.m. rule for family dinners. Second, emotional and conversational boundaries. This is a huge one. Think of your mind as a freshly cleaned white carpet. An emotional boundary is about deciding ahead of time that you won't let anyone, not even your favorite uncle, track their political mud all over it. This means identifying which topics are off limits for your own peace. Third, financial boundaries. The pressure to buy the perfect gifts can lead to a serious financial hangover in January. A recent 2025 poll from the American Psychiatric Association noted that affording gifts was a top worry for 46% of people. A financial boundary is deciding what you can realistically spend without needing to eat ramen for the first 2 months of the new year. And finally, self-care boundaries. These are the non-negotiables. Think getting enough sleep, making time for a walk, or scheduling 10 minutes of quiet time. We often let these slide first, but they're the equivalent of putting on your own oxygen mask before helping others. A nap can be a revolutionary act during the holidays. So, right now, pick just one of these areas. What's the one boundary that would give you the most relief? Got it? Good. Now let's figure out how to say it out loud without being a jerk. This is where most people panic. But communicating a boundary doesn't require a dramatic showdown. The trick is to use I statements that frame it around your needs, not their request. It's calm, it's a fact, and it's not an attack. Here are some simple word-for-word scripts you can steal. For a time boundary, instead of a vague excuse, be clear and kind. I'd love to be there, but I can only stay for a couple of hours this year to make sure I don't get totally worn out. Thanks for the invite. I'll be there, but I need to head out around 9 p.m. to make sure I get enough rest. Notice, no apology. You're just stating your plan. For an emotional boundary, the goal is to redirect, not argue. If someone brings up a topic you want to avoid, try, I'd rather not get into that tonight. I'm really just trying to focus on catching up. Tell me what's been going on with you. Or even simpler, let's save the heavy stuff for another time. I was hoping to hear about your trip. For a financial boundary, you can get ahead of it with your family. To keep things less stressful for everyone this year, what if we just did a gift exchange for the kids? I'm on a tight budget, so I'm focusing on smaller, more meaningful gifts this year. And for when you just need to say no to an invitation, keep it simple and guilt-free. Thank you so much for thinking of me, but I won't be able to make it. I hope you have a wonderful time. That's it. That's a complete sentence. No explanation needed. Okay, so you state your boundary. But what if someone pushes back? What if your aunt says, "Oh, but you can't leave yet. The party's just getting started." First, expect that people might have feelings. Their reaction is like the weather. You can't control it, but you can bring an umbrella. Your boundary is your umbrella. It's not your job to stop the rain. It's just your job to hold your umbrella steady. So when your aunt says you can't leave, you acknowledge and restate, "I know, it sounds like fun and I'm bummed to miss it, but I do still need to head out by 9. If someone pushes a sensitive topic, you can say, "I get that you're curious, but I'm just not up for talking about that tonight. I'd really rather hear about," and you redirect again. Calmly hold your umbrella. Remember, a boundary is not a punishment. It's a kindness to yourself. And a quick important note, if you're ever in a situation that feels genuinely unsafe, your only job is to leave. Getting support from a mental health professional for truly high conflict dynamics is always a brave and smart step. I want to give you a tool that makes this feel instant. It's a 1-minute pre-game pep talk you can do right before walking into an event. It has 4 parts. Do it in your car or on the front step. 1. Breathe. For 30 seconds, take a few slow, deep breaths. This calms your nervous system down from fight or flight to, "I can handle this." 2. Affirm. Silently repeat an affirmation, something like, "My peace is my priority," or "I am allowed to protect my energy." 3. Rehearse. Quickly run through one of your boundary phrases in your head. Just thinking it once makes it 10 times easier to say out loud. 4. Set your timer. If you have a time boundary, physically set an alarm on your phone for when you plan to leave. When it goes off, it's your objective signal to start saying goodbye. This whole thing takes less than 60 seconds, but it shifts you from being a passive victim of holiday chaos to being the calm, centered architect of your own experience. The holiday season doesn't have to be something you just survive. By setting a few compassionate boundaries, you can actually bring the joy back. This isn't about being perfect. It's about making small choices that honor what you need so you can feel as good on the inside as the holidays look on the outside. So here's my challenge to you. What is one small boundary you're going to set for yourself this holiday season? Share it in the comments below and subscribe. Reading through everyone's ideas is super empowering and gives us all new strategies to try. Thank you for taking this time for yourself today. You deserve it.